Good morning, students. Today we are going to study lesson number 6, Beginning of the Freedom Movement. Refer to page number 25. As we know that in India, the Britishers started the English education. Due to this English education, it brought a new reform in the Indian society. The newly educated society started believing in nationalism. They realized what is nationalism, and all the people came together at a common platform to remove the British rule. Therefore, they they were they were made aware about the political organization, and the different groups of political people, they got organized together, and they wanted to, their main goal was what, to overthrow the British rule. They launched reform movements in social, political, religious, economic, and cultural fields. The various movements in the different parts of the country, therefore, they created a need of a political organization at all India level with a common purpose. Now let us study about the centralization of the administration during the British rule. As we know that the Britishers, they made the administration of a full nation under one roof. Means they brought uniform reforms all over the country. Only one rule was to be followed. Because of this, what happened? Feeling of nationalism developed among the people. The Britishers also, what they did, they built network of road and railways. For what purpose? For their purpose, for their convenience of administration and swift movement or quick movement of the army. But these facilities not only benefited the Britishers but also the Indian people as well. Therefore, when these communication systems started, people from different parts of India, they came into contact with each other, and there was increase in communication, and a love for the nationalism or for the country grew up. Now next, economic exploitation. As we know that the Britishers, they exploited the Indian people. The Indian wealth or the money was going to the England. Due to this, the farmers were compelled to grow cash crops instead of the food grains, and they were burdened of paying the taxes. There was no excuse for it, even in the times of famine. The traditional industries also, they declined or they came to the standstill, which led to the rise in the unemployment, and unemployment started growing. The capitalist or the owner of the company, they also started to exploit or harass the workers, or you can say the laborers, by giving them less salary or making them work for a longer time, etc. Various new taxes were imposed on the people. Because of this, what happened? There was unsatisfaction amongst the people. Now let us study about the Western education. Western education spread the modern values such as liberty, equality, democracy, and nationalism amongst the Indian people. The Indians, they came to know, or they were being introduced by the rationalism, scientific attitude, humanity, nationalism. All these principles was being accepted by the Indians. They realized that if they have to struggle for the common object, what they have to do, they have to work together. They develop the confidence that efficient governance should be based on these values, which will lead to the progress of the country. And because of it, what happened? Since we know that India is a country of diverse languages, diverse means many languages, but due to the introduction of the English language, it got a common medium, and through this medium, it became a communication in India. Now let us study the study of ancient Indian history. Now, the Asiatic Society was been established in Bengal. By whom? By the Britishers. Now here what happened? Here many Indian and Western scholars, what they used to do? They used to study the Indian culture. Then the manuscript, that is handwritten books, which were written in Sanskrit, Persian, and other languages, were being examined, and the research was being published. Dr. Bhau Daji Lad, Dr. R.G. Bhandarkar, all these Indian scholars, what they did, they started to do intensive or deep study of the ancient Indian language, and they made the people realized that our Indian language is so so glorious or so good than the other culture. The Bhandarkar Oriental Research Institute is working in Pune, and it is working since last 100 years. Such was the contribution of the uh, Asiatic Society. Now let us learn about the contribution of the newspaper, periodicals and literature. As we know that the newspaper stands the fourth pillar of the democracy. Newspapers and periodicals in English and other language, it brought a political and social awakening amongst the people. Now there were some important newspapers who played a very good role, like the Darpan, Prabhakar, Hindu, Amrit Bazar, Patrika, Kesari, Maratha. What they started to do, they started to criticize or say against the government. Now which government? It is the British government. Now let us study about the establishment of Indian National Congress. Now on 28th December 1885, the first session of the Indian National Congress took place where at Gokuldas Tejpal Sanskrit School in Mumbai. Then who presided over it? Momesh Chandra Banerjee. He was a renowned or a famous lawyer from Kolkata, and along with him 72 people from the different states of India, they participated. Allen Octavian Hume, he took the initiative of founding the Indian National Congress Party. Now, increase in the number of the Indians in the administration and to stop the expenditure on the military were the demands sent by this party to the Britishers. Now, what was the main objective of the Indian National Congress? First thing what they had to do, they wanted to bring the people of India at a common platform or for a common purpose, and to forget about their religion, race, caste, language and territory. Then they wanted to create feeling of oneness and bring amongst them unity to fight for the freedom of our country. Then they also wanted to understand each other's problems and views. They wanted to discuss about the measures or to the steps how to develop our country. So we can say that these were the main objects of the Indian National Congress. Now let us study about the moderate phase. Now the moderate phase, it started from 1885 to 1905. Now the leaders of the Indian National Congress Party, they wanted to achieve our freedom through peaceful and constitutional way. Therefore they are called as a moderate people. Now the leaders of the Indian National Congress were very realistic and they were very highly educated, but they also had faith on the justice of the Britishers. They did not adopt very extreme method. These people, they wanted to carry the movement, nationalist movement, within the framework of law by the constitutional means, and they had a strong opinion that the strong foundation needs to be built through organized work. Then the philosophy and the principles like liberalism, that is freedom, equality, fraternity, brotherhood, they were the Western thinkers. They had influenced on them. Now the leaders like Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Firoz Shah Mehta, Surendra Nath Banerjee, they belong to the moderate leaders. In this session, what happened? The Indian National Congress Party, they had different resolutions or demand, and they put forth in the provincial legislature. That was what? Job for educated Indians, then cutting down the increasing expenses on military. Legislature means what? At present it is referred to the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. And judiciary, you know, with the court, justice should be separated for safeguarding the legal rights of the Indians, to safeguard the rights of the Indian people. Therefore, to cause a split in the national movement, now the Britishers, they were afraid that if all these Indian people, they get united, what will happen? Then we can't rule over India for a longer time. Therefore, as we know, the British implemented the policy of divide and rule. Now we shall study about the extremist phase. It started from 1905 to 1920. Now which kind of the leaders came under this? The leaders of the Indian National Congress Party, they believed in severe struggle to attain freedom. They were called as the extremists. Means they took the extremist step. Okay. Now the moderate and the extremists, they had a unique or a different objective of the Congress, but they had a common objective. But what happened? They had differences to how to achieve in them. Therefore, they advocated the struggle. They advocated the struggle since the Britishers did not respond to the petition and appeals. They were against the moderate leaders. Since the moderate leaders, they were trying to achieve their objectives through a peaceful means, but as we know, the Britishers never accepted it. Therefore, the extremist leaders, they did not like to adopt this method. For example, the leaders of the extremists were Lokmanya Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, then Lala Lajpat Rai. They were the leaders of the extremist group of the Indian National Congress Party. Now, according to these leaders, what they felt that if lakhs of people participated in the freedom movement, they could challenge the British movement and it will be successful. They wanted to use extensive agitation, means extreme methods. Therefore, in the early period, the extremist leaders, they brought a political awakening amongst the Indian people, and they used the national newspapers, you can say national festivals and national education. Like Kechari and Maratha newspapers were brought by Lokmanya Tilak. And in this, what happened? Severely, the British rules were being criticized about the British rule. Then in Bengal, we had the Amrit Bazar Patrika. It was the mouthpiece, means what? That it was very popular among the extremist people. By forgetting the internal difference, people, what they did, they came together and started to give their view and exchange some ideas. Common people also, they were being inspired to this national personalities with the objectives. Then Tilak also, he also started to organize Shiv Jayanti and Ganesh Utsav. For the political reasons, if the people come together, then the government will ban them. But for religious reasons, if the people come together, the government will not ban them, was his opinion. Means what? For the political reasons, if the people come together, the government, what they will do? They will punish the common people. But for religious reasons, as they had made the agreement, they could not ban it. Therefore, in the Mandale jail, Tilak wrote Gita Rahasya. And what was been written in this? He trusts that the people should always be in action. Now, the extremist leader established the education institution. For what purpose? For creating their own language and traditions. And these leaders were of the opinion that if many people participated, then we can get our freedom very quickly. But they did not adopt the means of the armed revolutions, though they felt that we should use arms. The moderate laid, therefore we can say that the moderate leaders, they laid the foundation of the freedom movement. And what happened? The extremists, they carried forward this particular movement. Then in 1897 in Pune, what happened at that time? Epidemic of plague, it spread on a large scale. And what happened here? That 100 of the peoples, they died. Then an officer named, a British officer, Rand, he was been appointed to look after this administration of this particular disease. But the plague patients was being searched out, and what happened? Oppressive or very cruel methods were being adopted by them. Therefore, Chafikar brothers, what they did, they got very angry on this officer and they assassinated or killed this officer. Then the government tried to connect this relation of Lokmanya Tilak with the conspiracy. But after being successfully, the government imprisoned Tilak with revenge. Now, in this particular lesson, we have learned about how the Britishers, they established uniform rule, then economic exploitation, and how Western education got influence in the Indian society. Then we have studied about the study of ancient Indian history. Then the contribution of the newspapers they played an important role in achieving the freedom struggle. Then establishment of the Indian National Congress Party, and its objective. But here we had two phases, that is moderate phase and the extremist phase. Moderate phase wanted to go by the constitutional way or by adopting the law, but the extremist phase, they wanted the freedom very quickly. So there was a difference between the moderate phase and the extremist phase. Now we'll study partition of Bengal and anti-partition movement and other points in the next part. If you have any query, kindly contact. Thank you.